What's up, guys? Back again, trying to make this video for probably the third or fourth time. Actually did make it the second time, and I thought I was successful. I actually made like a 20-minute video, only to realise I wasn't recording. I actually recorded like 1 minute, I said hello. So that pissed me off. So this time, fingers crossed, guys, hopefully we will make a whole video. One that we can post on YouTube and ones you can see. I am keeping my fingers crossed. I'm keeping everything crossed because for some reason just everything's against me at the moment. So as usual, it's a comic call. You know, that's what I'm about. That's what I do. Yeah, it's just all comics, basically. That's what I love. I might bring you some other stuff one day, but at the moment it's not. Just comics. That's why we all watch each other. We love comics. And so there's my haul this week. It looks bigger than it actually is. If I was to actually take my pool list books out of this, it would have been very small. But as you know, this week we had a lot of new number ones and whatnot. So, which I'll give my thoughts on those. I think a lot of people have mixed feelings on the new number ones. Not only because they're new number ones, but basically whether they're worthwhile or not. I'm tending to agree. I'm not sure myself. I'm not sure if I'm happy with them or not. So we'll see. Some are okay so far, and some of them, to be fair, I think are pretty poor. But that's personal opinion. We shall see. I know some of you guys out there have been loving them. First up, we have IDW's X-Files issue 8. Just like to say thank you from Ben from BA Comics. This was a freebie. This was a competition win I had just for making a comment on one of the videos. So thank you very much, Ben. Really appreciate it. Never read X-Files comics, so I'll give it a read. Really cool front cover. They really did well with the likenesses. That's pretty cool. Next up we have an eBay special. Cost me like £5 all in, including postage. New X-Men issue 114. But it cost £5 because it's signed by Frank Quietly, and Grant Morrison. There you go. So Dynamics Forces special. There you go. Certificate of Authenticity. 144 1500s. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's always nice to have something signed, isn't it? It's got Grant Morrison signature. That's always cool. I probably would have preferred a Grant Morrison signature on the Batman book, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that. And then I picked up some Uncanny X-Men stuff, as usual. No surprise there, really, is it? I'm always picking up Uncanny X-Men stuff. I will complete the run one day. So first up, we have issue 244, First Appearance of Jubilee. Paid very reasonable, £6 for that, I think, all in. And it's in very good condition, and I mean like superb condition. So very happy about that. And then we got issue 220, which I think I've got. 258, which again I think I've got. 257, need. Cool cover, love that cover. And 248. Which I need as well. Again, awesome cover. So that's it for the X-Men stuff. Back issue wise, didn't get a lot. It's sort of drying up a little bit, to be honest. I think I've hit most of the sellers up there for their back issues, what I need, and now most of the people seem to have just duplicates of what I have already, and I'm sort of developing quite a sort of fat stack of duplicate books actually, which I need to get rid of. So I need to put those on eBay at some point. Try and get some money back and reinvest it into some books I actually need. But we shall see. So this leaves me with my pickups for this week, or should I say last week. So I went down to the bookshop on Saturday, picked these up. And I picked up, what's it, 3, 9, 10, 11 books. First up being God of Thunder, issue 19. Ignore that number 1 up there, it's completely utter bollocks. Keep doing it. I don't know who they're trying to fool. Really enjoyed this issue. This is Thor taking on a corporation I can't remember the name of the guy. I want to say Draxor, but I think I'll be making it up, to be honest. Basically, he's taking on a corporate entity who are profiteering out of global warming, and so Thor doesn't like that. He's going to sort of cost them money. He's going to sort them out, and it's quite cool. I really like this storyline so far. It was different. It wasn't your big bad that you normally recognise with, although the guy who leads the corporation does seem to have some sort of special power, so he's an evil man. But it's just very cool. And there's a love interest as well between the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I can't remember her name, but she's quite a cool character. Kick-Ass 3, issue 6. God, this has been waiting for this to come out for a long time. 2 months, 2.5 months for this book. Haven't read it. Haven't read any of this series yet. I am trying to. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read it like a trade. So I'm going to get all the 8 issues and read them. I've got Kick-Ass 1, 2 and Hit Girl series, so yeah, even if it's crap, I'm still going to complete it. But yeah, 2.5 months. I don't know what slipped about that. I really don't. I have no idea. I believe this may be the penultimate issue of Wolverine and X-Men, or maybe even the final issue of X-Men, Wolverine and X-Men, before they relaunch it into issue 1. Pretty cool story. All about Toad. They've done a really good job in this series of highlighting characters that are usually pretty crap, and you don't really care about. Toad is one of those characters for me. I've never really cared for him in any instance. But there's a real nice character-driven story about Toad, and they actually made him a worthwhile character that I wanted to read about. And you see how he's quite sort of torn emotionally. Really enjoyed it, and this book just keeps getting stronger and stronger. I hope when they rebrand it issue 1 that they don't lose that quality, because it is a really good book. Superman Wonder Woman issue 5, Fiora on the front cover there. This is really cool. Basically, Fiora and Zod basically kick the shit out of Superman, and Wonder Woman has to come to Superman's aid, which is quite a nice sort of turnaround for the books. And this is where Wonder Woman not tells him, but you can see that she needs to teach him how to be a warrior. Superman's relied on his abilities for too long, really, because no one's been able to match him in his strengths. So he's never really had any real opposition. And just now he's got opposition. Just shows how sort of weak he is, really. So, really good book. I'm really looking forward to the next issue. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine, really. I don't know why. But I really enjoy Wonder Woman in this. It's a really cool book. And the art's just amazing. The art's really good. For me, probably the best Superman title out there at the moment, actually. We then have the new rebranded X-Force 1. The main core characters being Cable, Phantom X, Marrow, and Psylocke. It's okay. I'm going to pick up issue 2, so it must have been slightly above average, I guess. The artwork's a bit indifferent in places. Sometimes the artwork looks amazing, and then sometimes it looks really sort of rushed and scruffy. But it works. It works with the title, and it's all. The colouring for me is a bit bland. You see, like the front cover here. This is pretty much like the whole book, like sort of greys and sort of darks. And I guess that's because they wanted to feel like they're part of the shadow world, and like a secret society of mutants doing the dirty jobs that the other mutants want to do. But it's quite nice. It's got some nice moments in there. Cable's looking for his long lost child. Marrow up here, she just wants to be let loose and destroy everything. You got Phantom X here. He basically just wants to get on with Psylocke. Psylocke hates his guts, but you can guarantee they're going to end up doing the do. And Psylocke is trying not to be a killer, which is quite hard when you're part of X-Force. So all in all, there's some good character stuff there, and I think it needs a couple of issues to sort of get the ball rolling. And so I'm going to stick with it for a couple of issues. I'll give it the first story arc, and we'll see how it pans out. But generally, it was okay. It's one of the better ones out there, I think. Winter Soldier, bit of March. Damn, I really had high hopes for this book. It's only a 4-parter. it starts off really well with Nick Fury. I think it's set in the 50s or 40s, World War Two, so it must be the 40s, and it's really cool. They have basically they have Nick Fury and this guy called Ran. Can't remember his name. And basically they're infiltrating a Hydra base, which is really cool. And then we see Winter Soldier turn up at the end, and he's bad. He's a bad guy. We know this, but he looks like the Winter Soldier from the film, the new film coming out soon. And for me, it just I didn't like that. I didn't like the way they made him look like the one in the film. I know why they did it. Obviously, the whole idea of this book is to get you to understand who Winter Soldier is and what he's capable of. So when the film comes out, we're like, well, he really is a match for Captain America. But it's just let down for me. I didn't enjoy it. The art was okay. I think the first part of the book, the art was good. The second part of the book, the art seemed a bit rushed. I'm in no rush to get the second part of this. I'm not even going to get the trade unless something amazing happens in it. I'm not really fussed, to be honest. I'll keep watching you guys' videos as I always do, and hopefully, you guys out there are really good judges of books. And when you all start seeing something good, it generally is good. I can't see many people going too mad for that book. Next we have Batman 28. We're taking another break from 0 year. We've all been saying it. You know, Capullo must be on strike or on holiday or something. Why do we need a secret glimpse of Batman Eternal? Why? It's coming out, what's it, next month or April, whenever it's coming out. Who gives a fuck when it's coming out? You know, just bring Batman Eternal out. You know, everyone's going to buy a Batman issue 1 book. We don't need to put a secret glimpse of it. It just stinks of holding this title up and just prolonging this title, and they put some half-assed effort into this book. The storyline in this book is it's not crap. I'm not going to say it's crap, but it kind of starts you in the middle of the storyline. You think, like, what's going on? And then at the end of it, it's like, well, who cares? And then to make things even worse, it's like, I think there's only like about, I don't know how many pages in this book, but less than half of this book is actually readable, I think. It's very thin, and they want $3.99 for it, and there's no substance there at all. So I'm pissed off at that. You know, I'm pissed off waiting to see what's going to happen in 0 year. Is it going to take a year because it's 0 year? I don't know, but I love Batman. I will keep buying this book, but it's pissing me off the way it starts and stops all the time. You know, when it suits itself. There's no need. You know, we can all wait to see this book. You know, we're not stupid. We all read books. We know what this is going to be about. We don't need to hold up this issue to have a glimpse of this. It's pointless. And it's expensive. She-Hulk 1. Wasn't a great fan of this book. I really love the front cover. The artwork on the front cover I think is really good. Simple cover, but very effective. However, inside, I think for me it was just a bit. I'll show you actually. Some people like this book, and I can understand why they like it, because it's a bit of fun and it's a bit more light-hearted. But for me, the artwork was just a bit. You know, it's just a bit simple, really, and a bit. I don't know. It wasn't bad. You know, it's not horrible, but it's not quite what I like. It's a bit Sesame Street, really, for me. And you know, it's not great art, and it's you know, and I don't like criticising artists because, you know, they can draw infinitely better than I can, but it's not good art. It just ain't. But saying that, the artwork does match the style of book that it is, and it's a fun book. It's very light-hearted. She basically quits her job at the lawyer's firm, She takes on a pro bono case for someone whose money idea has been stolen, and she's basically taken on Tony Stark's lawyers, and she basically gets a settlement out of them, and she gives it to this woman who's pregnant with kids and whatnot. And as a thank you, she gives her like $150 million. So at the end of this issue, it's basically setting up what the main story is going to be, and that's basically She-Hulk's got her own law firm now, and I guess she's going to work for pretty much free, doing the cases that no one else wants to do. It's kind of like, it's like a lot of the trend for this stuff at the moment is, you take all these big characters like She-Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, you give them their own series, and basically it's like what they do when they're not in the Avengers, which is fair enough, we want to see that. And apart from Hawkeye, I'm not really fussed. Hawkeye's fun because it's stupid things like seeing him trying to record it, tune in a VCR and stuff. Black Widow's a bit better, espionage and what she's doing and stuff. And I see what they're doing with this, but I'm just not really interested, to be honest. I'm happy I got number 1 in my box, but that's all it's going to be. It's going to be number 1 in my box. I'm not going to get any more. Not unless the art shifts, for starters, and the storyline shifts and becomes a bit more less light-hearted. I understand why people like light-hearted books like that, and that's really cool. There's always a market for any type of book on there. It's just not for me. So, and with the amount of books I pick up, it won't be missed. All New X-Men 23, and this is part 3 of the Jean Grey trial. A little homage cover there to, I can't remember what that was it the Ducted or something? It was alright, this one. It was a bit, not a lot happened in this issue, other than we find out the X-Men are in space, trying to catch up with Jean Grey. Jean Grey finds out why she's been taken. And then the Shi'ar find the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men, open fire on them, and to be saved by the Starjammers. That's pretty much it. Not a lot happens. The art's really good, by the way. Not a lot happens. I got a feeling this is going to read really well in a trade. Put this part in a trade, it's going to read very well. But the fact that it's not in the trade at the moment kind of means you're left a bit wanting. But it's X-Men. I'm still going to buy it. All New X Factor number 3. This is quite cool. It's not the best of issues. It's only issue 3. I know I shouldn't be saying that already, but the first 2 issues for me are very strong, and this one was just a bit weaker. It basically deals with the fact that the corporation has been hacked into, and $10 million has been ciphered away from the company. And it turns out it's on Thieves Island, who Gambit's the king of thieves, and he knows who's done it, which is this guy who knows how to hack in computers organically. And it turns out that he's actually got Danger kidnapped, and he's using her to run computers and stuff. It was okay. Well, I'm going to pick up the next issue. It's definitely got a few more issues in it for me before I drop it. But this was one of the weaker issues. So I'm looking forward to slightly better. And the colouring in this book is starting to wind me up a bit. It's a lot of oranges and blues and yellows. It's all very sort of sun tinted. And it's kind of bugging me a little bit at the moment. That could end up winding me up somewhat. I don't know. We find the reason out why we find out why Quicksilver is there. He's spying on the Avengers with Havoc, for Havoc, should I say, which is pretty cool. So I think there's a lot of character development to happen there. We see Lorna's still a bit psycho. Gambit's a bit too light-hearted for me, playing with all these cats. So I think basically this is a bit of a iffy issue. But I do think there's some strong stuff to come from this book. And And then finally we have Spider-Man issue 27. Not number 1. Don't believe number 1. It's bollocks. It's not number 1. The Goblin War. So we finally see more Peter Parker. We see the Green Goblin. We see Green Goblin knows who Peter Parker is, aka Dr. Octopus. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a good story. It's moving the story along nicely. We see Spider-Man starting to lose control of the city. We see Spider Island get blown to shit. You kind of feel like they're sort of deconstructing Superior Spider-Man to make way for Amazing Spider-Man to come back, which makes sense. The only thing I am worried about is I think this is going to end on issue 31. It gives us what, sort of 4 issues to wrap this up. You know, they may have left it a bit late, possibly. I'm feeling. Is 4 issues going to be enough to tell this story, bring Peter Parker back, set Amazing Spider-Man up? I don't know. I just feel like they may rush it at the end, and that'd be bad because this series has been so fantastic, so good. Excuse me. But yeah, that is a big concern for me that they will rush the end. So for me, you know, this week the best 2 books out there are these 2. If you don't buy anything else this week, buy these 2, and that's it. That's me done. I got through it all. I can see the red light up there, which means I'm still recording. Thumbs up. So if you made it through the end of this video and me talking shit about comics, thank you. Look forward to watching your videos as always. Take care. See you soon. Bye.